I 21F got a new car, and now my 23M boyfriend is ignoring me. Advice? My boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years and have been living together for a little over a year. I had an almost 3-decade-old car that I bought myself with cash. It was my first car to pretty much learn how to drive and stuff. Ever since I bought it, it's had issues where I have had to fix every other month. Recently my car was getting worse and worse, and I wouldn't have lasted to the end of the week. I have been throwing out the idea of getting a new car. When I say new, I mean something that is at least a 2015-2019, that way I won't have to worry about anything anytime soon. My commute to and from work is between 2 hours to 2.5 hours. My BF's commute is 10 minutes. He refuses to let me drive his car, but drives mine all the time. He did entertain the idea of me getting a car, and said he would help with payments if I needed. Well, I just got a car out last night, and the whole day I've been sending him cars and telling him I may go after work to the dealership with my parents and get whatever I can find, because my car will literally barely get me home. The whole day he was leaving my messages on read, then when I got home, he was ignoring me when I was talking to him. You're talking to me? I left to the dealership, and though the drive was minutes away, my car was literally doing stuff it didn't do before. I barely made it to the dealership. I got the car out, traded in my old one. No, my parents didn't help pay or co-sign. I just needed them there for moral support and to make sure I wasn't getting taken advantage of. When I got home, I excitedly asked him if he wanted to see my car, and he was still ignoring me like I wasn't there. He slept on the couch. This morning he still didn't talk to me, and while at work he's not messaged me. Context: I make more money than him and do not need his help with payments. Up until recently I was paying more for rent, bills, etc., and constantly bought him clothes and stuff just 'cause. Why he is upset. My car would have had me gotten into a serious accident if I didn't get a more reliable car ASAP. How do I get him to talk to me? Almost off work, so I guess I will see soon enough. Question is, why would you even want to talk to him? He's allowed to drive your car, but you can't drive his? He pouts and gets jealous, ignores you. He sounds like a child. Girl. Your boyfriend is a dumb whiny loser baby. Go find a better one. Girl be fucking FR, he's obviously a loser, and even a small thing such as a car purchase sent his fragile masculinity spiraling. Your boyfriend is immature and treats you poorly. Something good happens to you, and this is how he acts, remember that. Leave him. He sounds very jealous, rude, inconsiderate, and envious. Why are you trying to talk to him? If you already made the effort, and he doesn't even want to try to talk to you, I would just stop persisting. Based on what you've said, you've done nothing wrong. How the relationship is between the two of you, but I think it's rude that you put effort in doing things for him, paying bills, doing chores, and he doesn't even let you drive his car. His commute is literally 10 minutes, and yours is way longer. Big red flag. He's jealous, and that's a very bad thing. I, 31F, was emotionally sucker punched in the gut today by my husband, 32M. How do I recover? You're not worth it. Brutal sentence. Freshly heard this one today, and I'm still reeling, to be honest. Undermining someone's worth is a dick move. It's especially hurtful when it comes from the person you cherish the most. I'm currently serving time, day 2, under the silent treatment. Interestingly, he will not meet my gaze, and aside from zero eye contact, he is only breaking his non-verbal barrier to spew some choice hateful comments and or sarcastically praise me for playing the victim so beautifully. Any advice on how to navigate one? Hateful speech 2. The silent treatment from a grown-ass adult? Some context, day 1. His, now our, dog shits on the carpet. He does a preliminary smeary clean. I get home and ask for a hand to actually clean it up. Request denied. Says he'll clean at the weekend. Fast forward to the tail end of this conversation. He asks me to take my pills, tells me I'm overreacting, and then overrules the entire shitty carpet debate into my anxiety being the real issue here. Day 2. I did not take the meds. They're an emergency-only situation. He is now refusing to talk because I refuse to self-medicate. Unfortunately, he views my defiance as a direct attack on our relationship, and as for the cherry on top, he only reacts this way because he cares. Why don't you try? I'm done, get the fuck out. Life is way too short to put up with that nonsense. My response would have been, if I'm not worth it, the fuck are you still doing here? But I'm known for my quick temper, so maybe take that with a grain of salt. But seriously, life's too short to spend with a man-child. The silent treatment is a form of abuse. Just divorce him. You're hanging on to the wrong part. He's punishing you for not drugging yourself into submission. That's a bigger deal than a shitty comment. Why do you cherish someone who wants you to drug yourself with emergency-only sedatives so that he can leave literal feces on the floor all week? When I started having to say, "Please don't speak to us like that," to my ex-husband, I got a divorce. You get a divorce. A crumb of context, please. Breaking up, me 32F, and he 35M is asking for money? My title sums it all up. I've been with my partner for around 4 years, and this past year of distancing ourselves due to work has taught me I need to be alone. I love him, but I don't want to feel further guilt-tripped that we don't have the same lifestyle. I do all the cooking, grocery shopping, house cleaning, laundry. When it comes to bills, we split everything 50-50 except for Wi-Fi because he wanted a plan 3x the cost for faster speed, whatever. We have 2 different lifestyles. I enjoy going out and exploring the actual world. He enjoys social media, fine dining, and luxury outings. It's at the point where I now stay home, so I don't add money to the bill. When I talked to him to break up, he told me I owe him money for every time we've ever been to dinner, gone out, been to a concert, etc. What would you say in this situation? I don't mind paying half back for things I ask to go out for, like birthday/holiday dinners and outings. Is he going to compensate you an hourly wage for all of the time you spent cooking, cleaning, meal planning, shopping, and doing laundry for him? I would do some back of the napkin math, write up an invoice, and send him the bill. Tell him he can bill you for your half of the dinners as long as he pays you for your full contribution of labor. Or, you can just call it even. But seriously, fuck no. You owe him nothing. It is a ridiculous and childish demand. Do not entertain it, even a little bit. No thanks. You don't need to pay him back for anything. You were dating, and both enjoying the outings. I saw an episode on Judge Judy similar to your situation. The person suing for the date stuff didn't win. When I talked to him to break up, he told me I owe him money for every time we've ever been to dinner, gone out, been to a concert, etc. What would you say in this situation? Haha, no. It's fine to ask for your things back when you break up. Asking for your money back is tacky and legally unenforceable. Buyer or spender, beware. Get out of my fucking house might be a start. Or good luck with that. If you're the one moving out, you owe him nothing. Leave and walk away ASAP. My boyfriend, 29 male, is unsure about marrying me, 26 female. How do I approach this? My boyfriend and I have been together for a little over 2 years, and we live together. This summer, I brought up the idea of getting engaged soonish, sometime in 2026. He reacted very negatively, and expressed that he thinks people need to be in a relationship for 3-4 years before deciding if they want to marry someone. I don't know where this comes from, as this is not something he has seen with his parents or close friends. He didn't seem to know either. We had several long discussions, and the conclusion, I thought, was that we would get engaged towards the end of 2026 and be engaged for at least a year, if not longer, just to take our time. However, a couple of nights ago, he came to me and expressed that he is having doubts about marrying me because of the last name thing. I do not want to change my name to his, and I would like our kids to have the same name as me. I had jokingly suggested a week ago that we combine our last names to make a new family name once we got married, and he hadn't expressed being upset then. But he apparently had been stewing on it, and was angry I would suggest something like that when he had already suggested hyphenating our names. I immediately assured him that I am okay with hyphenating, and that the changing our names thing had been mostly a joke. Then I asked him why this was something that would cause him to doubt us getting married, and he told me that he thinks we disagree too much. For context, we have an argument I'd say about once a week, usually about something small like where to go to eat or how to properly clean something. These arguments never involve raising our voices or name-calling or anything like that, but we are both people with strong opinions, and we usually end up just talking it through and compromising. He told me that he is tired of having to compromise and isn't sure he wants to have to do that for the rest of his life. I responded by asking if he thinks he'll ever be able to find a relationship where he doesn't have to compromise sometimes. He agreed that this is a part of being in a relationship, but when I asked him directly if he was still having doubts about marrying me, he said yes, that he doesn't know if he wants to marry me, and that if he did he would have already proposed. So now I am just feeling very unsure about myself and my relationship. I'm wondering if I am just a placeholder until he finds someone he actually does want to marry? I'm not really sure what to do next or how to navigate this situation and would love some advice on that, especially from people who are married. TL. My boyfriend is unsure if he wants to marry me because we have been together too short of a time and he thinks we disagree too often. He told you straight up that he doesn't want to marry you. If you want marriage in the future, it won't be with this guy. Don't ignore what he told you. It's the end of the road for you too. If you want marriage, and he doesn't, then you are fundamentally incompatible. He's being very clear that he does not want to marry you. You can leave or be the perma-girlfriend. Your choice. You can't make him want to marry you. He doesn't want to. If he wanted to, he would. 2 years is long enough to know if you want it in the future. He knows he doesn't. Don't marry a man who doesn't want to compromise. Compromise is literally how you do married life. He really told you. That was time to leave. What else does he have to say? That hurt my feelings, and I don't even know you. He doesn't want to marry you. If you want marriage, he isn't it. Move on.